and this is my review for Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Warpath. Zowie Blammo Kapow! Sorry, I felt like getting that done at some point during this review, so I figured I might as well get it done toward the beginning. Anyway, very, very cool little figure. Definitely high up there in terms of my favorite Generations Deluxes. He's not my favorite Generations figure, but he is pretty close to being my favorite. He is a really, really awesome little figure, and I really do like him. I'll get that right out of the way. Anyway, as you can see, he's a tank, just like any Warpath figure should be. I know a lot of people complain that he isn't really based off the original G1 Warpath's tank mode, and he's more of an H-tank this time around. But honestly, I don't really care either way. It's a tank, it's Warpath, it works for me. And plus, they are going to, at some point, remold this guy into Hardhead, so I guess they did have to keep that remold in mind, so I am glad that they made him an H-tank. It's a really cool little tank mode. I really do like it. There's not a whole lot to say about it in terms of features. He does have this very, very nice silver paint on the treads. He's got a little bit more of it in robot mode too. Just a really, really gorgeous silver paint that they used on this guy. Really, really cool. He also does have ZOW333 written on the side, which of course could be read as Zowie. And on this side he does have K490W, which of course could be written as Kapow. Which is really, really cool. Very, very nice detailing on this guy, too. He also does have a 3mm clip system ports. He does have one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. I didn't get out a 3mm clip weapon to show it off, but he does have 3mm clip ports, which is pretty cool. He does also have a rotating turret, which is nice. He does also have these two guns right here, which actually you're supposed to have off to the side like this in vehicle mode. This one doesn't do anything, it just stays there. But this one is a missile launcher. If you press on the button, it does make it fire out. I did cut the end off of it because the missile did extend about half an inch past the end of the missile launcher, and it does make it a little bit more difficult to fire, but in my opinion looks a lot better, but it is personal preference. Anyway, he also does roll fairly well. He does have these little wheels on the bottom, the treads. Obviously the treads don't work, but still, he does roll fairly well, which is nice. And that's about it for vehicle mode. Transformation on this guy is really, really neat. He's got a really unique transformation. I really like it. But anyway, to start it off, first off, you want to go ahead and lift these pieces down like so. Then you want to split them. Then this part can be a little bit tricky because it is kind of vague in the instructions, and if you do it wrong, you're probably going to end up snapping something off. So definitely be careful the first time you go around transforming his feet, because what you want to do is you want to bend the feet slightly forward at this hinge, and then you want to bring this piece down and then rotate it around and then push the foot up to collapse it in. We'll do the same on this side. Like so. Flip this forward just a little bit, flip up the foot, and then rotate it around, tab it in, and put the foot back up, like so. Then you want to bring his hips down. Then what you want to do with his arms is you want to flip this panel off to the side, like so. Flip this down, flip out his hands, and close that panel back up. He sadly does kind of have hollow arms, which is a bit of a problem. I think if they maybe made his fists sit up a little bit more, that wouldn't be so much of a problem. It would still be there, but it wouldn't look as bad. But it really doesn't look that bad in person. You do end up getting used to it. Anyway, do the same on this side. Flip that down. Flip out the fist. Close that up. Then what you want to do to get his lower body into place, or upper body, is you want to flip this down, and then you want to flip this around, and then tab it in. There's a tab right here and a slot right here to tab into the waist. Then you want to go ahead and flip these pieces up like so. Then what you want to do, and this is really cool. I thought this was a really, really neat idea on how to get the head out. What you want to do is you want to take this turret piece, and you want to push it in, and Kapow, which reveals his head. And I thought that was a really, really neat little bit of transformation. So like I said, overall, it is a pretty simple transformation, but it overall is a really neat transformation in my opinion. Very, very nice. And there you have Warpath in robot mode. And just a really, really cool looking little figure. I really, really do like the look of him. He's very screen accurate to the original cartoon model. Very, very nice. He does also have a very nice head sculpt. I can see why people say it looks a little little bit too evil, and I have to agree. I think it does look a little bit menacing for Warpath. I think if they had made the face just a little bit rounder, it wouldn't be so bad, but oh well. He does also have light piping, contrary to what a lot of people think, but he does have very, very faint light piping. You can kind of see it's this really, really faint, kind of smoky blue colored light. So I would have liked it if they had actually given him some lighter light piping coloring, but oh well, what are you going to do? Anyway, his head does rotate left and right. It doesn't go up and down any, just due to transformation, which is a bit of a shame, but oh, what are you going to do? He does rotate 360 degrees at the shoulder. And like I said, it does reveal some more of that nice silver paint as well as some gold paint apps, which is nice. Anyway, he does also have a hinge right here. He rotates at the elbow, he bends at the elbow. He's got a very free elbow too, which is nice. He also does have a hinge right here to allow his wrist to go up and down, which is nice. There's no waist swivel, unfortunately, and I'm not really sure why they did that. It wouldn't have been that hard. I think if they had just added a pin right here, I think it would have given him a waist swivel, and I don't really know why they couldn't have done that, because there's really nothing in the transformation scheme that inhibits it, but oh well, I don't know why they didn't decide to give it to him. It would have made the figure a little bit better overall, but oh well, what are you going to do? He does have ball jointed hips, though, which is nice. He does have a mid-thigh swivel. He's got a knee joint. It's a little bit low for my tastes. I would have preferred it maybe if they had made it a little bit higher, or at least made this knee shin or knee guard thing stick up a little bit less. I think that would have made it a little bit better as well, but I think that the knee joint is a weak point on this figure, at least in my personal opinion. His foot also does go forward a little bit if you want, just due to transformation, but there's really nothing you can get out of the foot. There's no side-to-side rotation, there's no real up and down movement in the feet, so that is a bit of a shame. I would have liked it if they had found a way to make his feet posable, but no, what are you going to do? Anyway, for some quick size comparisons, first off, here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. So you can see he's a little bit shorter than the average deluxe, but that does make sense since he is supposed to be an upgraded mini-bot, and I think it works a little bit better as him being a little bit shorter than the average deluxe, rather than him having been a little bit taller than the average deluxe. I think it works a little bit better that way. Anyway, also here he is next to what I use for my classic sea spray, Hunt for the Decepticons Voyager class sea spray. Also here he is next to Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, or not Bumblebee, what am I thinking, Beachcomber. And also here he is next to Walmart exclusive G1 Colors Ultra Class Power Glide. Let me back up a little bit. So you can see a pretty nice looking team there. I might display the 4 of them together since they are the 4 core Season 2 mini-bots. And they all look really, really neat. I really, really like the way that they look together. But anyway, so overall, yeah, a really, really awesome little figure. I did manage to find him at retail, and it does look like that they are going to re-release this guy when Generations comes back around in November. So definitely hunt for this guy because he's really, really nice. I wouldn't say he's worth the $40 price on eBay, but he definitely is worth 10 or at most 20 bucks. Really, really awesome little figure. I really like this guy. Very, very cool. Anyway, so there you have it. My look at Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Warpath. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.